Today we have with us Gretchen Hamel with Public Notice. She was one of the panelists for today's Trust Luncheon. And one of the things I loved that you said was you noted that something is wrong in America when our tax policy is shorter than a Kim Kardashian wedding.
Exactly.
So how does Washington get that trust back?
You know, that's a really good question. I think right now we have a broken system in Washington, like you said, because both the left and the right, Republicans and Democrats, have failed to kind of follow through with their talk. They talk a good game, they have great talking points and great rhetoric, but at the end of the day, little follow through and little action to support that. So I think to get that trust back, that they have to show some vision, that they have to not only talk the talk, but then walk the walk and actually follow through on the promises that they're making to the public and to voters.
So as another panelist said, they actually need to sit down together and work things out.
Yes, they do need to do that. And you know, I think the majority of Americans are either left or they're right, and then there's a small few that are independent. But majority of Americans as a whole would like to see everyone come to a table, sit down, and talk about a way forward, a way to where everyone can get what they want, but at the end of the day, what's best for the nation.
Exactly. And to follow up on that, you know, one of the things that we saw in the data was this kind of yearning for regulation of business, which goes contrary to the fact that people don't trust government.
Exactly.
What do you make of all of that?
Well, I look at regulations. People don't really know what regulations are. If you ask any individual out on the street, they would tell you it's a law, they don't really know. But it comes back to the regulations that they do know, and that is car seats, seat belts, you know, workplace safety. These things have provided a comfort for them. They have also provided for safety. So of course that they would think this regulation that we speak of would be a solution to what ails us and our problems today, when actually it could hurt business and it could hurt our economy even further.
And going into an election year, do you think there's any possibility for government as an institution to regain this trust, or do you think 2012 is probably a lost year for this cause?
You know, the way things are going right now in this political environment, I think we will see a hardening of those who are on the left and the right, and this distrust kind of continue. But people will be running for re-election based on the promises that they made. And so those who have followed through on their promises, which is very few, and this again is a Republican and Democrat problem, will actually see that trust gain back. I think really 2013 is where we start to see some real solutions for America and see that trust hopefully start to rebuild.
Well, that'll be a good opportunity for us then to take a look at the trust in government in 2013 and see just how far they've come.
How far they've come or how far they've gone down.
Exactly.
We will see.
Well, thank you so much. Your comments today at the luncheon were great, and thank you for doing the additional interview with us as well.
Well, thanks. Thanks so much for having us.
Sure.